Welcome to the future of gaming. I'm Invincible, and this is Playable Games Weekly. Playable Games is a community of gamers, node owners, and bullcoin traders. We produce PC games that utilize blockchain technology, giving you complete control over your in-game assets. This week, we will hear from Old Bull, Young Bull, Credible, and Transformable, who will debrief us on their TOKEN2049 experience in Dubai. But first, let's catch up on the latest Playable Games news. We're excited to announce that our Bullcoin is now listed on HIBT, adding yet another significant milestone in our project's growth. Everyone knows we love the color green, and it's time to get bullish on sustainability. To celebrate Earth Day this week, we're excited to announce that Playable Games has joined the Evertreen.com planning community. We're aware that blockchain technology draws resources from our planet, and in order to help minimize the environmental impact, a tree will be planted for every Playable Games node purchased. This collaboration with Evertreen highlights our collective dedication to global reforestation efforts in areas threatened by deforestation. To start things off, we've purchased over 6,500 trees to match the current amount of nodes already sold. These trees have been planted across 5 different countries. You can follow the Playable Games contribution to making our planet greener via the link in the description below. Young Bull and Old Bull attended the Neo Tokyo Citizen Yacht Party in Dubai on the eve of TOKEN2049. The gathering served as a prime networking opportunity, bringing together key players in the industry. Last week, the Exhibitables were formed with Dependable, Transformable, and Credible, collaborating to bring playable games to the public. This dynamic trio is gearing up to attend more events, so stay tuned on our Discord. New partnership details are available for all future events. Without further delay, let's proceed with the show and hear from Old Bull, Young Bull, Credible, and Transformable as they walk us through the details during their debrief chat on TOKEN2049 in Dubai.
Today is obviously an opportunity for us to have a little chat about TOKEN2049 and another one of Old Bull's fireside chats.
Not so fireside today, more Google Meet chat.
So Ben, obviously you and I spent a fair bit of time together there on the stand and at the event, and Old Bull and Young Bull joined us as well on occasion. So I thought we might kick off by perhaps just asking you what perhaps some of the highlights of the event were in your mind as our marketing director.
Look, I think being a platinum sponsor of TOKEN2049 Dubai was fantastic in terms of the presence we had around the event and the expo and the show floor was absolutely phenomenal, and it actually drove a lot of traffic for people who want to know more about the Playable Games project. We had so many partnership opportunities that have come to us because of our presence at TOKEN2049. To meet all those partnership opportunities, key opinion leaders that are very keen to learn more about our project and to see how they can help and support and amplify the project in the blockchain gaming space is absolutely fantastic.
I mean, when you do large events like that with a lot of people coming through, you fully expect to get your fair share of tire kickers on the way through, or you fully expect to get sold to on a regular basis. Now, there was a little bit of that. There was a little bit of pitching, but I was super impressed with the quality of the audience and, the type of people that were coming through the event. I think, I can't think of an instance really where I felt as though my time was wasted in having a discussion with anyone. And I think that's just a reflection of the fact that, you're talking about people who've paid $500 to $1,000, depending on whether they're early bird specials or they were regular attendees at Token, and they've obviously spent considerable money to come. So that pretty much means to me that they are invested in the sector in one way or another, either as a crypto enthusiast or as a participant at some level. So yeah, the quality of the audience was really impressive. And echoing what you said before, our presence, what I was a bit surprised by, given the number of sponsors in the event. I mean, there was something like 300 satellite events around the main event. So you sort of expect to get a bit diluted, but we certainly managed to get a lot of cut through at the event. I felt our presence and our branding was particularly strong, a lot stronger than many of the other platinum sponsors that I noticed. Might be a good time to flip to the boys here. Their role really in the event was to try and engage as much as possible with our community, because we felt that those community members in particular would like to spend time with Old Bull and Young Bull. They are ever present in our Discord community, and I know a lot of people engage with them on a daily basis. They're also ever present in our games, so might have been good for some people to see the old guy that they are always beating on the game floor. So
I just played a game in Nexus, and I just got told in chat, I got asked the question, Old Bull, why are you so shit at this game?
That guy's banned.
I said, because I'm old.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh, no, not in my case. No, I need to be carried. Obviously, we were just passing in and out on like you guys were the ones to put the work in, and Mary. And I agree with you totally. I think our presence was excellent. We did really well. We'll put that down to good marketing and good branding. But certainly they supported us well. The show supported us well by getting our brand out. We met a couple of the guys on the stand who were popping in to say hello. Met one guy who bought a couple nodes years ago, like right at the very beginning. He bought another one in the sale. And it's really encouraging to talk to those people because they understand. They've been around. They've watched the progression. And those older people are, like, obviously they're super happy because we've got a 10x on the coin price from the lows, and that's a great return in anyone's language. So 1,000% return. So he's really happy, and he obviously understands. He's been around crypto for a long time, and he understands that this is not the peak. This is just one of the steps on the way up the ladder. So he's expecting, like he was saying, he's expecting probably a 50x from here. I think we could even do better than that, but we'll see what happens. But it's certainly, when you meet people face to face, it is obviously different than when you're meeting them online and talking to them in chats and stuff. It is just good to see that really good support. So yeah, very exciting.
I felt it was pumping, the whole environment and the industry engagement with that event. Pretty much anyone who's anyone, sorry, in terms of brands connected to this space were represented there in some way or fashion.
In terms of the strong presence we had, you could be forgiven to think that we had the largest Web3 gaming presence at that expo by far, which is fantastic. I think anyone would go into that expo, would walk away, and if they had to think of one Web3 blockchain gaming company, it would be Playable Games. And to have that dominance through our Platinum partnership and just the strength of, our booth there and what we were, talking to people about our opportunities with our project was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, also having that presence in a speakers lounge gave us some access to people that we probably didn't expect to get access to. We can't share too much around that just yet because those potential relationships need to play out, and we obviously have some post-event work to do around that. But yeah, look, I think, all in all, I was super impressed with what we're able to achieve and what we should be able to achieve in the follow-up from this event. And as stated at the outset, I think it's really good timing that we made this investment in this event and made that first step to sort of broaden the public face of Playable. And we did it in a very public fashion and a very professional fashion. makes people sit up and take notice and realise that, you know, these guys are really serious players in this space.
I think it was pretty obvious on, like, Jet, I went to the yacht party with Neo Tokyo, and we were meeting other gaming companies there, and yet we either hadn't heard of them or hadn't seen any of their marketing or hadn't understood what they do. For all the gaming stuff going on, there's not a lot of noise in the real world about stuff. And like I was talking to these guys on the boat and stuff, and it's like, well, what have you done? Where are you? And they're like, oh, it's all happening. It's all coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, there's not many companies out there actually doing. So I think that's where we're really starting to stand apart, is that in the 2 years since we started, we've done a lot. And considering that, you know, by the end of this year, we're going to have 4 games actually playing live all the time, and actually like in open betas or more. And we're going to have another couple that are coming into open betas next year. And then obviously, you know, just adding on these games each year. So I think as time goes by and Playable gets really settled into being the one that delivers, that's just going to become easier and easier for people to understand that we're the real McCoy. So
yeah. Well, I got that comment multiple times from people who said, you know, oh wow, you've actually got a game on the Epic Games Store.
Yeah. Oh wow.
What you've you've had over 100,000 downloads. What, you've got 5,000 to 6,000 people a day playing? Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I think we have been, you know, without blowing our own trumpet, we have been the quiet achievers in a lot of ways. The people in our community have seen this and realised this, but you know, we always wanted to achieve first before we made too much noise, and you know, sort of set the foundations and get our positioning right. So, you know, I know, you know, I feel really confident that we're in that place now, and you know, we have the team and we have the resources amongst that team to deliver exactly what we're hoping to deliver over the next you know, few years. What you said a second ago about, you know, as gaming companies, there was quite a few that came up who weren't necessarily exhibitors, but they were interested in what we were doing, and you know, they were equally surprised with what we'd achieved. You know, given the fact that we hadn't, I mean, to me, it sort of reinforced the view that we shouldn't be going down the path with VC money, because some of the stories I heard from people who had gone down that path were not brilliant. And, you know, the whole way that we've gone about it with our node holders essentially being those partners in the business, the people who benefit the most in the longer term, as much as that doesn't necessarily look right at sometimes when the coin price is not reflecting what it necessarily should be. In the longer term, you can see that decision to fund ourselves that way and to build our business that way is the right decision. Now, we could have easily flipped it on our head just out the back of this event, because I had multiple approaches from representatives of VCs and private equity funds. And, you know, they were pretty direct. They said, are you guys looking for investment? And I was thankful to be able to say, well, not at this particular point in time, we're not. And hopefully we never will, because we'd like our community to benefit. We don't really want to see the benefits of what we're doing largely spun off to, you know, someone who's stumped up a few $1 million or so. So Jet, I know you and Old Bull spent some time on the floor as well and managed to lock down a partnership while you were there. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we spoke to Blockchain Gaming Alliance. First, a representative was on, or actually 2 representatives were on the yacht party, and then we met back up with them at TOKEN2049. They had a stand, and they're a non-for-profit helping gaming companies get exposure and presence in the events. So they go to a lot of the events, and our logo will be in the advertising, and we can, and there's some extra benefits we're eager to find out on as we finalize the details.
one of the things we did actually achieve was that they offered us a gold membership. So that means that we're in the small group of gold members that they approach for comment on magazine articles, and if there's interviews coming up and they want to talk to someone from gaming, we're the people they call. So it means we're going to get a lot of access out into the community in the future, that just through indirect PR, so public relations, rather than actually paid stuff. So that's a really big benefit, I think, for they want to bring the top gaming companies together and have them accessible, so we can get the direction of where crypto gaming is going out to the public in a really clear manner. So yeah, it was a really good partnership.
We are going to be looking at doing some other events later in the year. Most likely TOKEN2049 Singapore, and there's a crypto event in November for Australia, and potentially one in New York again.
Yeah.
Or some American city, we're not quite sure. We would like to do something for the American group that have got quite a strong American core believers. We'd like to put something on in America sometime this year, probably closer to the end of the year, because that's going to be the beginning of the real hype. So, sort of November, December, we'd like to think we could probably do something over there.
Well, I mean, I think Singapore with an extra 50% of attendees, if it's Dubai's any reflection, I think it'd be an awesome show for it. It's based on what we saw with an attendance of 10,000 people. So, yeah, it's certainly something we should look at really closely.
Well, yeah, as you said before, we've come to the time where it's time to start getting our name out. We've been very cautious about blowing money on advertising because it's very easy. It looks very simple from one side to just spend money, and everyone thinks the second you spend it, the coin price will rocket. It doesn't actually work that way. We could have been spending $1 million a week for the last year, and we'd probably be very similar to where we are right now.
Yeah.
There might be some more people that know about us, but not many. And it's been a black hole. So now that we've come into this time where people are looking and people are interested in what's going on, Playable Games is in a really good position to start doing that.
So I think we can wrap it up on that note. Onwards and upwards, guys.
Let's put our hands together for the team who went to Dubai, as Token2049 is just the beginning of a beautiful future for Playable Games. Lots of people are talking about Playable Games. The downside of building through the bear market is largely being unknown. Recently, this has started to change as more and more people in the know are finding out about Playable Games. We appreciate the love. Here are a couple of clips from this week.
Another one, we've got Playable that at one point was making us a pretty enormous amount of money. I mean, Playable here was $49, and then at some point it was at $67 per day. And nowadays we're getting around $21 per day, which is still pretty good considering how much we actually ended up allocating into Playable. But it's good to keep in mind that some of these plays aren't always going to be at the price points that they were before. There was a huge AVAX narrative that has slowed down pretty significantly. However, their ecosystem, of course, is still building. They're still working out their gaming studio. There are a lot of KOLs talking about them, so there's still reasons to hold these coins. You're just going to have that inevitable correction that happens.
This promising platform is all about redefining the gaming experience by designing it backward. Get ready to explore a whole new level of gaming innovation.
Thank you from all of us for sharing Playable Games with the global community. Don't forget to check out our NFT marketplace where you can buy new or used NFTs. It's your choice. Become a collector before it's too late. Join the conversation. Let us know why you're bullish in the comments below. For 24-hour coverage on all things Playable Games, head over to our Discord channel and say hi. Whether you have questions about node ownership, trading Bullcoin, Nexus, or pretty much anything, know that there's a company and community ready and eager to help. Remember to represent your favorite gaming studio by acquiring merch at playablegames.store. We've got hats, hoodies, shirts, and more. You can trade Bullcoin on BitGet, MetaMask, Trader Joe, and a variety of other exchanges worldwide. CoinGecko currently shows the price at 0.002 or 0.2 of a penny. The market cap is currently $21 million. Congratulations to last week's HODL competition winners. Each week we are giving away 3 million Bullcoin to 115 random winners. If you want to get involved, head to our dashboard app and check out the events tab. There are over 1.7 billion Bullcoins staked in the HODL competition. That's over 18% of the total circulating supply that's locked up on our dashboard across 17,848 NFT HODL tickets. Congratulations to 115 lucky node owners who won the Node HODL competition. We give out 3 million Bullcoins to 115 random node owners every week. We have now sold 6,551 nodes of the total 50,000 nodes available. Current price for a node is $6,600. There are 49 nodes left at the current price. Nodes are currently creating 1,046 Bullcoins per day. I hope you all learned something this week during our recap, and if you did, please hit that like button to tell the algorithm to share it with other viewers. Subscribe for more playable games content and hit that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. I'm Bruno, aka Invincible, and I'll see you all again next week.